Today on Capitalize, where we look at companies or technologies that may disrupt entire industries, we're going to take a look at how people get legal documents. How comfortable would you be using Walmart for your legal services? Our next guest is hoping people won't mind getting their will in the same place they buy their groceries or many, many other products. Joining us is Mark Morris. He's co-founder of Axess Law. Thanks for coming in, Mark.
It's a pleasure to be here.
You're a lawyer. You've been a lawyer for a long time. You told me during the break. Tell us about this venture. The name of it is Axess Law, and it's actually dispensing and selling legal services in locations in Walmart stores in Toronto so far.
That's right. Well, just like our name suggests, we're trying to make law accessible to average Canadians that haven't been able to access such services for a very long time.
What type of services are available?
Well, we focus primarily in the areas that Walmart shoppers and retail shoppers require but haven't had access to. Examples would be wills, you brought that up, notarization services, real estate services. Certainly, I mean, most people buy houses and need assistance from a lawyer in doing so.
When you say some people have not had access to these services, what exactly do you mean?
Well, you know, there's some fascinating statistics out there. As an example, 56% of those eligible to have a will in Canada don't presently have one.
Right.
There's a lot of reticence to going and getting a will. You have to contemplate some pretty nasty things. But in addition to that, many people don't want to go downtown, visit the towers, or feel that they are priced out of the ability to actually get these documents.
And it can be a huge mistake, of course, not to have a will. Every financial planner or life planner urges people to get a will. We saw the prices there. Maybe we can bring them back quickly. How do these prices stack up to what a person might be charged, not perhaps by a Bay Street lawyer, but a more mainstream traditional type of law practice?
Well, I mean, we're pretty aggressive on our pricing, no question. But I mean, Axess Law really isn't about price, it's about value. There is always a balance that exists between what it is we're providing and the quality of the provision. So we feel that we have the best value out there, certainly. And of course, our prices are accessible to the average Canadian at the same time. So we are certainly within the range, but we are providing a very good product in the process.
Has this happened at Walmart stores in the United States, not by your company, but by other providers of legal services?
It has not. We're unique, actually, in the retail big box environment. To the best of our knowledge, we're actually the first.
What led you here? What took you from your traditional the law practice that you were in before to this venture?
Well, my better business half, Lena Koch, actually brought this up as an idea, but really it was a natural progression of what we were already doing. We were retail consultants helping people develop out their own models, branding their models, hiring, firing employees, developing workflow processes. And one day, again, the smarter of the two of us turned to me and said, maybe it's time we do this with our law firm. We did, and here we are today.
Did the legal authorities, regulators, have anything to say about this? The law societies and so on? Did you have to speak to them about this idea? Did they have to give their blessing or approval at all?
Well, no. I mean, really, there's no need. We're renting space the same way any other lawyer rents space. We're doing it in a high-traffic location called Walmart. But, there are people who can rent space in major malls. There are people who rent space in every structure on the planet. And, in that regard, we're really no different. So, no, there was no special authority needed at all. And, at the end of the day, I think we just had to inform them as to our locations, and we were on our way.
How many lawyers are you employing?
Currently, about 8.
And you are employing them? Is that the model?
Everyone who works for us is a full-time employee. We have no franchise. And
people would get just as high quality legal service at Axess Law as they would at a Main Street lawyer for these services?
Well, in some cases, higher. What we're really trying to do is workflow and standardize legal services. And similar to standardizing any process, it forces us to do a comprehensive review of the litigation risks that may be out there. It forces us to do an analysis of what the pitfalls could be and studiously avoid them as we go through our process in volume. That, combined with the fact that our lawyers are intimately familiar with the documents with which they're dealing, because they go over these things hundreds of times a month, means that largely the people who are coming into our stores are getting an experience where their lawyers really know the documents that are being presented and are assured that they are the appropriate documents for them.
What are your expansion plans for the rest of the country?
Well, our mandate is national, and certainly we have a fairly aggressive expansion plan coming up. Over the next 6 to 9 months, we'll be opening up 7 new stores in the GTA. Our next one will be at Dufferin Mall, for those of you familiar with the Toronto area. And from there, I mean, the remainder of Canada is rife for these types of offerings, and we're certainly hoping to provide that service.
And will Walmart be your partner or your landlord for all of this expansion?
Well, Walmart has proven an invaluable landlord. I mean, their model is very similar to ours, which is do a service on a value-based basis, do it in volume, and make sure that people are properly served. So to that end, I think we've been enjoying a good working relationship with them. We're very grateful for the opportunity, and I think we would continue in that regard.
It's an interesting story. Thank you very much for coming in to explain it to us.
It's a real pleasure. Thank you for having me.
That's Mark Morris. He's co-founder of Axess Law, and he joins us, of course, right here on Queen Street in Toronto.